again, they're gonna speak a little bit here, a little bit there, but when you start talking specifics and dealing with your ideal client, now you're talking about the demographics. Focus on the statistical data of that population. That's your what stuff, your what information that you're giving up. Then you have your psychographics. That is your why. Communicating, that's the communication part. Excuse me, that's your why, where you're now understanding what they need, what the population, what they actually need, where they're hurting, where they injured, where they're bleeding. You got to understand their need, and then you get to the communication. This is what most people fail to sell: the communication, which is the how. How are my products going to benefit? How am I going to benefit from your product or service? They keep a lot of, especially in my industry, which is consulting. A lot of times they will tell you what you need to do. I mean, if you ever went to a lot of these motivational speakers, they'll tell you what you need to do and tell you why you need to do it and get you all hyped up and just rah rah rah. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Why you need to do it? And then you start going like, so how do I do this? How do I get this done? Very few people communicate the how. That is one of the things that I do, is I communicate the how. And most of the time when I communicate the how, that's what I sell. I'll talk to you about the what, I'll talk to you about the why, and I'll sell you the how, because I'm a strategic, operational, and tactical specialist. Okay? But before you do any of that, you got to get in your think tank. You have to do your homework. Very few people in business take the detailed time to do their homework. Who is your target client? Who is your ideal client? What are the top things that's keeping them up at night? This is one of the most important questions you can possibly ask a person, because this is where they're hurting. And if you can solve my hurt, you got my business. Okay? So you need to understand what is keeping them up at night. What are their obstacles? What are their desires? What are their milestones? Who are their cheerleaders? Who are their stakeholders? Because from a consultant perspective, who are their stakeholders? What are their obstacles? Who are their obstacles? Because if I can identify who their obstacles are, I can address that. First of all, their obstacles is another potential client of mine. Not a conflict of interest, but people tend to pull you down when they're hurting for something also. Understand something. Business and money, a lot of times people say, well, if you're making money, I can't make money. Money is like the ocean. If I give you a bucket and I take you to the ocean, I don't care how many times you fill that bucket and pour that water out, the depth of that ocean will never change. So it is important for you to realize there's nothing wrong with helping someone else achieve their goal. In the interim, they will turn around and help you achieve yours. That's a service mindset. Okay? Who are they focusing their time and energy? Where are they focusing their time, energy, and efforts? Okay? Because if I understand where you're focusing your time, and I can save that, if I can save you time, I can make millions, and I can make you millions. Because time is the one thing, once you lose, you can't get it back. Where's your energy going? Where are your efforts going? When you can solve those problems for your clients, you put yourself in the driver's seat. Okay? You may be, if you think of a chauffeur, the person sitting in the back seat is the one that's getting all the accolades. But the person sitting behind the wheel is the most important person in that car. Because if that person do something wrong, it directly impacts you. So understand where the person's time, energy, and efforts are, and how do you solve those problems for them or meet those needs. You have to have business clarity, confidence, conviction, and clarity. Okay, confidence plus conviction equals clarity. I know for a fact, and I've said it many times, anybody who've heard me speak before, I tell people up front, I know I have two fears. As a businessman, I have two fears. The IRS, for the people in America, they know who the IRS are. My global audience, those people that take our taxes. and public speaking. Those are my two fears. So I know as a result of my fear of public speaking, which is directly related to your confidence, I have to I have to put much more effort into my conviction and my clarity so that my audience will know he knows what he's talking about. He's just nervous about speaking to a large audience of people. It's a difference between he's being nervous speaking to a large audience of people and him not being confident in what